there's fish. Yep. On the dropper. Nice. So today I am at Merwin Lake, and this is where my kokanee career started, I guess you could say. I first encountered this species in Colorado from the bank, fishing on the Gunnison River, and from the bank at Blue Mesa. But it was here when I moved to the Pacific Northwest and wanted to get into kayak fishing here. I had a 10-foot sit-inside kayak. I'd come out to Merwin in the spring, and I would flatline for them when they were feeding up shallow. And really that was the only way I could effectively target them at the time. There wasn't a lot of information on targeting these species a kayak. I really had to sort of figure that all out on my own. This guy's starting to wake up now. And of course at the time I had no idea how much of a central role these fish would come to play in my future life. And so it's kind of cool to be back up here on essentially what I still consider my home kokanee waters, and see if I can't pull out a limit here this morning. This one hit a big eye dodger 5.5-inch teardrop glow and a micro minnow glow spinner. Don't. Stop that. Stop that silliness, please. There we go. First kokanee in the boat this morning. Awesome. And he's off. I've been kind of light biting this morning. Alright, first kokanee of the day. Cool. So I'm doing white gulp maggots and garlic bloody tuna on this setup, and green ones with shrimp anise on that one. Had hits on both today, so I'm just gonna play both flavors down there. So yesterday I went out and caught a king salmon on the Columbia. It's pretty early, but went out off the Lewis River, Warrior Rock area, and like first pass got one in like 20 minutes, and I was like, that was really exciting. But man, it sucks. You're just one and done, and that's why I was like, man, I really do miss kokanee. You know, you catch one, get 9 more. Okay. There's one on the downrigger. So the nice thing about, fishing Merwin in August is all the 4th-year fish have headed up to Spilleye Creek to the hatchery or to spawn in the creek. So you don't have to go far, just right off basically straight out from the launch. And so they're stacked in here in huge numbers. It's just finding those willing biters can be a bit of a challenge. Yeah, it's coming straight into me. There he is. Got him. That one was on a chartreuse and orange moon jelly spinner. And Wonder Bread glow dodger. There you go. They're all basically cookie cutter, but fat and healthy looking, just not huge. Well, at least my release works now. Last time I had a bite, I couldn't get it to release, and it's because that pad in there, this line had actually sliced it, so it was just catching on that slice. Oop, fish. Yep. Got one on the drop. Yeah, so it's crazy to look back and think about when I first came out here, there was no YouTube videos on how to kayak kokanee fish. In fact, there were very few YouTube videos, period, on kokanee fishing. And, that lack of a resource really frustrated me. That's part of why I started doing the videos. Of course, all that time ago, I wasn't planning on making a living doing it. It was just kind of a fun thing to do and help other people out. But It's crazy to look back on that, little paddle craft I used to use and a clamp-on rod holder, and now I look at what I have now. It's all this advanced electronics and pedal drive and downrigger and snap weights. It's just really amazing how much I've changed how I approach this fishery and just how efficient I've become at kokanee fishing from the kayak. Back then I'd be really happy to come out and get 1 or 2 fish, and now I pretty consistently limit a lot of places I go. I see the tail of a kokanee. Oh. Gotcha. That's number 3 in the boat. There we go, number 3. So what I'm doing here on my dropper side, this downrigger is going to 60. So I'm letting out 30 feet and then snapping in a 5-ounce weight, and then letting out a further 80 feet of line. And that's getting me in that 45-50 zone, I think. And today they're really wanting a really slow troll, like 1.2, 1.3. Seems to be where all my bites. A lot of times, in fact, it's when I stop to crank up my downrigger or grab my cleaning cloth or something, or grab a drink. That's when they hit. It's when I'm actually dropping down 1 mile per hour, and then just as I start to speed back up, they hit. As you can see, there's big numbers of fish here stacked at around 60, and a few fish scattered up to 40. Looks like I damaged my screen on this trip. I don't know how that happened, but anyways, downrigger's at 60. And then there's a few fish scattered in there, so hoping that the dropper sort of picking up these upper fish, and the downriggers are going to hit these deeper fish. Oop, there's one. Got it. Nice. Droppers these snap weights have really become so much more productive than my downrigger at times. It's crazy. It's a good fighter. I think they just do a better job of hunting in the water column than the downriggers do. Downriggers give you precision, allow you to really target those fish at extreme depths, but they just don't hunt as well. Sure isn't as fun hoisting up 5-ounce weight with a kokanee on it, though. This micro minnow is the hot lure. Hey. Trying to give this guy a free boat ride, and he's getting all pissy about it. Okay. Gotcha. That's a fat little chunkster. It's a nice fish. Slam the micro minnow. Cool. I feel like they're wanting stuff with more action today. There's one. I should have sped up and set the hook with a kayak. I didn't do that. Classic rookie mistake. Jeez. Always set the hook with the kayak, Tyler. One thing I always want to make sure you do is make sure you check and everything looks like it's running after, especially if you're running spinners or any kind of action lure. If you catch a fish, sometimes you get a little kink in the leader and really throw off the action. So always check it before you drop it back down. Just doing a short setback, 30 feet. Could probably go tighter. Tighter can definitely help when they're being finicky on the bite, and when you turn it'll drop a little harder, but short setbacks also kind of suck because when you take them off the clip, it's more of an acute angle and harder to keep that pressure on them when they release. One thing's for sure is Merwin is very beautiful. Look at that. Just love the hills and all the layers and the clouds. It's gorgeous. It's very quiet up here too and peaceful. There's just a little bit of development up here, and I love that about that. It's just continuous green and mountains and really pretty. Well, the sun's out. Let's see what happens now. it'll just shut off or keep going. I put 4 in the box before sunrise. Sometimes I'm Merwin, when the sun hits the water, they'll really drop off the bite, and so what I'll do is I'll run in tighter to the bank and chase those shadows and that shadow bite. Sometimes it helps if you feel like the sun's killing the bite. Sometimes the sun will turn it on though too, because you get a little bit extra flash on the dodger. Kind of depends on the day. Set the hook. There we go. Oh, not there. Darn it. I'm gonna blame that on the fish. That's a stupid fish's fault. I'm losing them when they pop off the downrigger. Oop, there's fish. Nice. Get the. There we go. I want to stick off the downrigger. Can't see him in the sun. There we go. Got him. There we go. Number 5. Halfway to that limit. Oop, oop, oop. That's a good hit. Getting questions about kokanee fishing while I'm on the water and trying to answer those and catch fish at the same time. The thing about Merwin though is you either get your limit by 8:30 or you gotta wait around till the 10:30 bite to turn on. It always seems kind of shut off around 8:30 and turns back on a couple hours later. So once I started to sort of refine my methods and come out here over the years, it was either I would be home by 9 o'clock or I would be home at noon, because you're either gonna get your limit quick in the morning or you're gonna have to wait around for that mid-morning bite to turn on. And it almost always does, right around 10:30. I cannot see because of the sun where this fish is. Got him. Yeah, that's a good looking fish. Yeah. Number 6 in the boat. Oh, we've hit a lull. I haven't had a bite here in 30 minutes. Between 7 and 7:30. Oh, oh, ask and you shall receive, I guess. Sometimes you just gotta complain about it. We call that the complaint bite. Complain about not catching fish, then catch fish. Doesn't really happen that often. Like a nice kokanee. They're all basically the same size right now. There we go. Another one in the boat. Oh, and he's off the hook too. Woo! That's number 7. When those ones go in the net and they come off the hook immediately, you're like, ooh, that was close. It's close to a heartbreak. If I hadn't misstabbed that, he probably would have gone free. Pretty much everybody, it looks like they're about 13 inches, I would say. Come on, downrigger. Catch something. If I get another bite on the dropper, I'm just gonna abandon the downrigger and go to all droppers. Ooh, there you go, downrigger. Sometimes you have to threaten a piece of equipment in order to get it to catch fish. To be like, if you don't catch fish in the next 5 minutes, I'm taking you off. I've had that happen. Like, I'm gonna take this dodger off, and I get something all prepped, a new rig, and then just as I'm about ready to change it out, I'll get a fish on it. I'm like, all right, I'll give it another 15 minutes. This guy is just coming straight up. Oh, there we go, in the net. Number 8. Quite a few fish stacked tighter to the bank here today. Sometimes that Merwin might have really good days just trolling really tight to the bank. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes. There he is. On the turn. Tight to the bank here. This could be number 9 for the day. Ooh, ooh. Violent head shakes. Well, as violent as a 13-inch kokanee can head shake, I guess. Dude, chill. Chill out, bro. Ooh, I love this new net. The 4-foot handle is like... Oh, I only got one hook in him. Stop swimming. He's swimming in front of it. Ah, he's like chasing the net. Okay. Let's... Whoa. This guy is a beast of a 13-inch kokanee. Alright, that is number 9 in the kayak. Did you see that guy? He was putting a bend in the rod. If this guy grew up to be a... Ooh, he's off the hook, too. Dang. Disaster narrowly averted there. The closer you get to your limit, each fish you lose is progressively more painful. That's a fact. That one's actually starting to put a little bit of length on his head, that buck. Spinners are the winners today. Winner, winner, spinner dinner. Seems to be the motto. The funny thing is how many boats, there's tons of fish here. I mean, like, the graph is just covered, but everybody drives down the waterfalls and the fish is there. But is that really necessary? Probably not. There's almost nobody out here in front of Spilley, and yet there's a ton of fish. Oh, yeah. Yes. That's looking like a fish. It's feeling like a fish. Awesome. Man, it's just been such an incredible journey. I never imagined years ago that when I first started up out here that I would become a YouTube angler. I was working on my PhD, but it's just afforded me so many great opportunities, and a lot of that has been because of kokanee, because of just how many different ways to catch these fish, and there's so many legs with them, and they all fish a little bit different, and the community of kokanee anglers is just super awesome. You know, you post content like with salmon and steelhead and bass, and you get a lot more hate, but with the kokanee community, it just seems to be everybody's really supportive and helps each other out off the water and on the water, and I love that. And it's just a really fun part to be of it. But, you know, for me, I can't believe how much opportunity these fish have given me. You know, not only to make friends and to connect with people that I never would have before, but it also has given me a lot of flexibility and freedom to pursue my passions, to be a good husband, to you know, spend time with my family, and all of that is because of these fish, which is just crazy to think about how connected I am to kokanee and how important they are in my life. And it's really neat to be up here putting away a limit of kokanee on Merwin. There he is, number 10 for the day. Cool. So, in a way, I just kind of want to say thank you to all of you who watch my content and support my channel in different ways. Some people do that by just sending thank you letters. Some do that by sharing my content. Others do that by donating to the channel directly through my Patreon or community, or using the super thanks button on YouTube. And I really couldn't do it without you guys. Like, it's amazing, just mind-boggling still to this day. All right, that is number 10. I'm gonna head in and start making the long journey home back to Eastern Washington. I'll see you guys next time. Just remember, fish smarter, not harder.